It is so funny. Hello, it's July 10th, the Buck Full Moon. This is Kate with Danus, Celtic World. This is my channel. I just uploaded this to do air signs reading, and as soon as I uploaded it to start the live stream, I got the date 1010. And 1010 is an angel number, so that's a very good sign for all of you. Your angel number 1010, and I have this written down. I've been keeping track of angel numbers for weeks, okay? And so I've been writing this down because I've been getting angel numbers for weeks and weeks and weeks and days, and it's all leading up to this full moon. And as soon as I just hit the streaming button to go live, I saw the time for 1010, so I'm going to read this to you. It's it's pay attention to your intuition, your psychic abilities, your innate empathic abilities. Trust yourself, trust your emotions, trust your success, recognition in life. How do you want to be recognized in life? Your angel's number that came up for 1010 when I just brought this live stream up is giving us a sign for air signs, and my rising sign is Gemini, so that's my rising sign. So it's telling all of us, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to read this angel number that popped up when I started this live stream, is to telling us trust your emotions, trust your intuition, trust your thoughts, trust your manifestations. What do you want to do? How do you want recognition in the world as you're going forward for the rest of the year or until the next full moon? What changes and positive changes do you want to make? What kinds of success do you want? That's all part of the angel number 1010. So I am been taking angel numbers all week long. I've been getting them 2-3 times a day. And I thought, my goodness, I have a lot of people, a lot of angels looking out for me. And I'm sure all of you do too, which is great. So we're going to do your a card reading for tonight for the July 10th full moon in Capricorn, ambition, career, success. Going forward, Capricorn has a lot to do with success in the world. How do you want to be seen? How you carry yourself in your life? How you are responsible. So ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the police, officer. I say that all the time. In the planetary, representation of Capricorn, what Capricorn represents, and ironically, we have both Neptune going into Aries in retrograde. We have coming up here pretty soon, we're going to have Mercury retrograde. So anything pertaining to the third house, communication, technology, energy, electric. Let's make sure in our cars, make sure you double and triple check things 3 times. That you cross your T's and dot your I's during Mercury retrograde. And also, again, with Saturn and Capricorn full moon, we need to be diligent that we're doing things the right way. What we put out into the world comes back to us. What we think about, we bring about. What we wish about and we want, we bring about in our world as we're manifesting throughout the day and throughout this full moon. And I'm sure all of you have been doing that all this week. And, the past few days and the few days going forward, that we do our meditations and make sure that we are meditating on what we want to bring about, our wishes, our dreams, and things of that sort. So today we're going to do your reading. Great. I'm so excited. Today was a fantastic day. Today it did not rain. And I know I put down in my post in my YouTube channel, my heart goes out to all those that have suffered losses in the floods in many of the different states in the United States in the past week or so. And so I just hope all of you are blessed this evening and that you manifest all the things you want, that you want to bring about. close your eyes and think about the things that you want to bring about in your life for success, great ambition, career success, success going forward for your goals, and for what you'd like to see in your future. I'm going to be reading the Celtic Universal Cross today, tarot card. Um, it's one of my favorite, especially since this is a buck full moon. I had something come up for the earth signs earlier, and I was just, it's so excited because they had gotten a card that actually had the symbolism of a buck on there. And I thought, wow, how ironic. I'm reading for the earth signs, and they also got a buck on their card for the buck full moon. Talk about natural symbolism. So that's 2 and 3. And for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, all of you are very gifted and talented, and you're good communicators, thinkers, well spoken, well versed. I wish nothing for the best for you for this full moon night, and I hope all of you are doing your meditation and grounding yourself to manifest the things that you want going forward. Okay, gonna pick a card. First card we got. Let's see. It comes out for you. Oh my, look at this. Oh my God. And this is so ironic. It just flipped over in my hand. The 10, I'm dealing the deck. I'm dealing the deck. And it flipped out in my hand. And you have da, 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 a beautiful card. It is the 10 of Cups. This is such a beautiful card. I'm looking at it on my big screen. I have a big screen here. Like I have a 42-inch TV here that I can make sure that everybody gets to see their card or their spread when I do my readings. But you have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. You have the two same people here, and most people don't real recognize this. These are the lovers that come from the lovers card, the duality card. The two cups are the lovers from there. And they have the 10 of Cups in the tree of life up there, which is so beautiful. And the 10 of Cups has to do with a lot of with family, which is the fourth house. The fourth house is family. And I love this card because it has to do with getting together with your family, you know, working with your family, your children, your parents, your siblings. Um, oh my gosh, there's so many things. Your animals, building a house, building a foundation, building a life together with your entire family, and that's so important. Sometimes we all forget about that when we're working in our careers, when we're working on our successes, when we're working on our goals. We love our families, but sometimes things get in the way, and it's not done purposely. We don't do any of those things purposely. But this has to do with fulfillment and joy and good humor and happiness coming your way, blessings coming your way pertaining to family and friendship, a good home, building a good home life, now building a good home life for you, your family, your partner, your wife, your husband, whatever your circumstances are, being a part of a good community, being a part of having good neighbors, being good to your neighbor's good to you. What you put out there comes back to you, and it's reciprocated when it comes to family, and it comes to your neighbors and your siblings and your children. Make sure that you let them know that you communicate that. That is what's coming up for you. And it's beautiful because you also have the tree of life and the beautiful spirit in the tree watching over you and guarding you and giving you blessings. So this family card is what is in the air for you, air signs. Beautiful. And you know what? You are all a part, air signs. You are all a part of the mind. how society reads you and how you're perceived, and you want to be a good person. You want to go out there and do all the good things. And this is just another card that is showing that you are doing those things, that those things are coming back to you threefold. And that's lovely. It is such a blessing. Your courage and how you're giving a sense of yourself and a sense of your family and reflecting on that and making good decisions and making positive impact on yourself, on your family, on your siblings, on your parents, on your life, on your coworkers. This is such a lovely card to get in your spread for the full moon. I want you to manifest and think about this card and all the beautiful things in life that you may have. And family is different for everyone. So please don't think it has to be, you know, something through marriage. It could be partnership. It could be friendships. Your family could be your roommates, especially if, so for some of you that are maybe in college right now. It could be a fraternity house, a sorority house. It could be all the all the different things. Everybody has different family. We live different lives. We have different things going on in our lives. So, family can mean very different things for very different people. So I don't want anybody to think that, oh, I don't have a family. Of course you have a family. You might have a family with, when I was in college, I lived in the college dorm, and I would only go home for a holiday or two, and then when I would go back to my dorm, those people that I lived with on my floor, my RA, and the people that I went to classes with and studied with and went to dinner with in the hall or ordered pizza with at our dorm. At that time, that was the group. That was our togetherness, our family, our friends. And then, of course, when you go home, you have your parents, your other friends, your other friends that you went to high school with, or other friends that you've made along the way. But this is a great card. This is partnership. This is duality. This is your children, your friends. This is having a foundation. Look at the foundation. And this is so important too. Air, I want you, especially going into Aries, Saturn going into Aries, and Neptune going retrograde into Aries. You know, um, and then of course in a little bit we're going to have Mercury retrograde, and we all know how retrogrades, if we're not careful, we want everybody to check things 3 times, dot your I's, cross your T's, triple check things to make sure that everything that you're doing is okay, everything's all right, and things should be fine. I love the fact that in this card, in the Celtic Universal deck, it shows a tree of life in the family, and the cups are in the tree as part of the tree of life, as part of the life growing. And with this foundation on the tree of life, it shows that not only are you building a family, the fourth house, a family home, and all of that in the zodiac, in the astrological zodiac, fourth house. But it's also showing its roots, which means it's building a foundation, a solid foundation. And that's what we have for you here, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Fantastic card. I'm loving this, and I'm going to pull a clarifier, or I'm going to pull another card in case we have anything to go with this. I've done that also for Earth signs. I'm going to do that for all the signs, but this is beautiful, and I'm so happy that you've gotten this card for this full moon in Capricorn. I want everybody to meditate on this. Take a look on it. You're blessed. I'm going to pull your clarifying card here. Going to use a different deck for the clarifying card, or the new card that I'm going to pull to support your Ten of Cups card, your Foundation card, your Tree of Life card, your Family card. I'm going to be pulling the traditional Rider-Waite deck that I have here for all of you, and see what we have supporting the Ten of Cups, or in addition to. And one more time. See if anything comes out. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh my God. This is great. My goodness, this is wonderful. Wonderful. I can't, air signs, you really, really, really are blessed. Blessed. You got the Ten of Cups here in the Universal Celtic deck. Beautiful. Ten of Cups. And I just shuffled the Rider Waite card that you watch me, and you got the Ten of Cups again. Dual Ten of Cups. Family, animals, children, house on the hill. Look at the house on the hill. Now, this card also represents a lot of other things. The dogs also represent um, two archetypes here, and so does the grandfather there. The grandfather is supposed to represent in this card not only the father figure, but the grandfather in this card represents a couple of different archetypes in the tarot. One is the magician card. The other card is the hermit card. And the other card is also pretty obvious when you go to back to it. If you go to, you know, the cards in the major arcana, you're going to go and realize this right away. And a lot of people go, oh, and let's just say he is the father figure in the major arcana. Okay, so this archetype also represents in the card in the I'm sorry in the Rider Waite card, the male archetype here on my finger not only represents the magician, that's part of his personality in this card because he's come a long way. He's manifested this. He's also been the hermit. The hermit is the one who is most of the time needs to take a step away, a step back, reflect, and do things independently. So do all parents, so do all grandparents. And the third archetype, which is pretty obvious, as this person has three in the Ten of Pentacles and in the Ten of Cups. He's not in the Ten of Cups, but he is definitely in the Ten of Pentacles. And these two cards need the same thing: family, children, home, fourth house, foundation. As above, so below. Roots to this foundation of family, friends, siblings, children, partnerships, marriage, courtship. Pentacles the same. And these two here also represent something pretty significant, as do the two shadow side and the light side of the High Priestess card, which is Bogine and Jacqueline, which is the shadow side, the dark pillar, and the light pillar. Jacqueline and Bogine. The light side and the darker side of both the High Priestess. She's balanced and she doesn't take one side or the other because she's used this both with equity. Equity here with the two in the tree of life, and equity here with the two animals here in the Pentacles card, as we have the grandfather here, who represents the three archetypes: the magician, who manifests and brings about what he wishes about, as above, so below, as in, so out, with the four elements. He also represents the hermit that has to step back and reflect in order to manifest the things that they want, because they need to take time. And this archetype, the grandfather archetype here, also represents the emperor. The emperor is the leader of the family. Sorry, the leader of the family. A father figure, grandfather, a role model, a loving husband who teaches others how to be a loving husband. That's beautiful. I love that. I love grandpa and grandmas. I always loved going to my grandparents' house when they were in the living. Sovereignty, good reason, masculine energy, protection of family. You have all these things in these cards that are building a foundation with family. And again, family isn't the same for everyone. We all have different lives. We all have different ways that we have family. But this foundational card here and this foundational card with the Ten of Pentacles both represent the fourth house of family, friends, unity, foundation, the tree of life, as above, so below, the archetypes of the two dogs, the shadow life, the light, living in those with equity and unity and clarity. The grandfather type here, who has the three archetypes of the magician, manifester, as above, so below, the hermit, the one who needs to step back, think, make decisions, and the emperor, the father type, the family man, the loving husband, the loving grandfather, the masculine energy. You have all this going for you, air signs. So when you, in the past 3 days and then going forward, I want you to think about your family, whether they're living or not in the living, how you cherish them, how you love them still, how you love the ones that are in your life, whatever family means to you, how they are good to you, how you should be good to them, reciprocal relationships, a balancing act, taking care of one another, loving one another. What you put in, what you get back. What you reap is what you sow. And the universe is telling you that family is very important for you in this long, long journey, especially with this book, Full Moon, telling you that family is very important for you, air signs, right now. And to take a look at the family foundations and things that come along with those who have family, regardless of how family is seen. And everybody is different, but to respect that and reap what you sow. What you give is what you get in return, and how you love is how others love you. How you build a foundation is how you build a solid family and keep the families together. With that said, air signs, fantastic, beautiful. And I'm so glad I got to do a reading for you today. Remember to make sure you dot your T's and dot your I's and cross your T's, sorry. And Mercury is going to be coming to retrograde, be cognate of Neptune being retrograde as well. Let's keep both of our feet on the ground. Make sure you're engage brain before mouth and engage brain before doing anything with your five senses, especially anything physical towards yourself or towards others, and make decisions wisely. Make sure you discern everything with everything going into retrograde, as well as Mercury being a third house representative. Anything that has to do with electric foundations, cars, electricity, computers, cell phones, landlines, telephones at home, your car, anything that would need fixing that has to do with third house. Also working on communication, keeping the lines of communication open and making sure that you're communicating well with others, especially those that you love, that are a part of your family, whatever family may be, to all of you air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I love you much. You are having this wonderful, wonderful fourth house going forward with you. And I hope many blessings come your way and wish you the best on this full moon night and many blessings going forward. Take care and have a good evening. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Look forward to hearing from you soon. And if you should want a reading from me, you can leave a message in the box below, or you can contact me at Danus Celtic Worlds on YouTube, or you can email me again at danuscelticworlds@gmail.com, and you can set up an appointment with me to have a personal reading, and we can talk about what is in line for you personally as opposed to general air signs as well. Okay, well, you have a blessed evening, and I wish you nothing but the best. Ciao for now.